How much is Medicare Supplement Plan G in Texas? That's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. So please stay tuned, and I'm going to share an important tip at the end that I don't hear a lot of agents and brokers talking about that you're going to want to be aware of when choosing a Medigap plan. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jamie from meetjamie.com. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I help people understand how the Medicare program works, as well as connect them with the coverage that fits their needs. I am licensed in the state of Texas, and I love sharing about just the different options that are available there for you. And so I'm going to jump into the video today and talk a little bit about this. If you do have any questions about Medigap plans in Texas, you can reach out to me again. My phone number and website is on the screen there. All right, so let's dive into the video and first talk about something that's very important, and that is you need to have your Part A and Part B premiums in place before purchasing a Medicare supplement plan, because the supplement plan won't do you much good if you don't have traditional Medicare in place. The other thing I'll draw your attention to is that, and this is important when choosing a Medicare supplement, that is the Part A deductible and the Part B premiums and deductible. The reason I don't have Part A premiums is most people don't pay for Part A. They don't have a monthly premium, but you do want to be aware of the deductible. And so as you can see on the screen there, if you are admitted into the hospital in 2025, there is a $1,676 deductible if you go into the hospital that you would be responsible for. And this is not annually, this is based on a benefit period. The reason I mention this is it's very important to remember this is one of the things that Medicare Supplement Plan G covers. So if you were admitted to the hospital and you didn't have a supplement plan, let's say you just had straight original Medicare, you could potentially be exposed to this out-of-pocket of $1,676. The other thing I'll remind you of is that these costs typically go up each year, just like a lot of other things. So in 2024, that deductible was $1,632. This year it's $1,676, and we're already halfway through 2025. The other thing I'll draw your attention to is the Part B premium. So the first number here is what people paid for their Part B in 2024, which was $174.70, and then the deductible was $240. That was for the year. And then in 2025, most people are paying $185 a month for their Part B premium, and then the deductible for Part B in 2025 is $257. So again, you can see that price has gone up over the last year. So this is kind of the foundation to your Medicare coverage if you choose a supplement. These are things that you want to keep in mind. And the reason is, as I'm going to share in the next video here, is because of what these supplement plan covers. Now, for the sake of this video, we're just talking about Plan G here. So what you can see is that Plan G is going to cover Part A coinsurance and hospital costs, Part B coinsurance or copayment, 3 pints of blood, Part A hospice care, coinsurance or copayment, skilled nursing facility care coinsurance, Part A deductible. And as you can see here, Part B deductible is not covered by your supplement. See that gap right there? So that is where that was one of the big changes from Plan F to Plan G. And so you just pay that deductible out of pocket. It just means it's not included in your monthly premium. It also covers Part B excess charges, foreign travel emergency up to the plan limits 80%. This is a Medicare supplement comparison chart. You can find this if you look inside the Medicare and You guidebook. Under the Medigap section, you'll actually see that there. All right, so let's look at what we talked about then for the main purpose of this video, and that is the cost. Now keep in mind, I've pulled 3 sample rates for a non-smoking 65-year-old female. Again, rates vary by age, zip code, gender, plan, and tobacco status. So as you can see, in Texas, and I work in quite a few states now, their Plan G rates at the moment, and I ran this quote today, are still pretty reasonable at 128, starting at 128 a month, and then it goes up from there to 134, 136. So the rate that I pulled is on the lower side. These plans in these states, there can be a dozen companies that offer these plans to you. And so when you're looking at these, just keep in mind that a Plan G is standardized, meaning every company has to give you the same benefit. So I know what you're probably thinking as you're watching this video and listening to what I'm saying. Well, why wouldn't I just pick the cheapest one? That's a good question. So there's a couple things to consider when you're picking a supplement plan, and that is that you want to look at the company's stability. Over the last year to year and a half, we have seen a lot of disruption in the Medicare market, including companies that are no longer, some well-known companies that are no longer even selling Medicare supplement plans. So you want to look for larger companies that have been around, they have stood the test of time. There's AM Best ratings. It's kind of like a credit rating on these companies. They'll also give you a rate stability outlook. So you don't necessarily want to do the cheapest for the sake of doing the cheapest. You want to look deeper into it. You want to think about the size of the company, the longevity of the company. Hey, will this company be around in 10 years? That type of thing. When you're considering this. The other thing that I'll mention to you is, and this is what I said I would share at the end of the video, is that there are, in the state of Texas, the companies do their rates in three different ways. There's issue age, attained age, and community rating. So you want to be mindful of how those different rate structures work, because that could affect your cost long-term over the life of that policy. I've talked to people who didn't know about that, those different ratings, and they chose a plan that went up much, much quicker than they anticipated. And so if they would have just been brought into the loop, so to speak, about how these plans work, they would have known, hey, I probably don't want to choose that rating. There's a better one out there that is going to work out for me. So again, this is just a sample rate. Rates do vary. I just wanted to give you an idea of the cost and just help you think a little bit about that. Again, if you do have any questions about Medicare Supplement Plan G in Texas, you can reach out to me through my website. It's just meetjamie.com, just like you see it there on the screen, and I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.